Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Now, I got a question for you. I was watching the Hall of Fame game last night.
Yeah.
And there seem to be a lot of people being inducted to the Hall of Fame. How many people get inducted every year?
Well, that's what we were going to go over because
it depends on who's eligible, and it varies. But is there a limit, Scott, on how many they can have in a class?
No, there's no limit. But what they've done is, keep in mind, there's 2 classes going in this year. So the 2020 class features 20 members, and it was in honor of the NFL's 100th birthday. So there's going to be 28 players inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend because there's 8 players in the 2021 class.
Okay, I was just, I thought there was just the ones that get the notification where they can stand up in front of everybody and do their speeches, but then I started seeing these other inductees getting put in, and actually I was extremely excited and happy to hear that Alex Karras made it in.
Yes. Alex Karras was part of the 2020 class, so he would have been inducted. See, since they didn't have the Hall of Fame ceremony last year, he would have been part of the 2020 class. So yes, he is going in.
I think I got 2 takes. I think from now in the future, we need to stop, just disregard that word altogether, folks. Just get rid of it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear it. It's just a nasty word, and all it is nothing but just trouble. But with that said, I got some trivia for you because Alex Karras also did a little bit of Hollywood TV and movies. What was the movie he was in, produced by Mel Brooks?
Was it Blazing Saddles?
Yes, it was. What was his name?
Now that
in the movie.
All I know is from my childhood.
It was Webster.
Yes, it was Webster. He was
Webster on the TV
was the
show.
Adoptive father. That's Alex Karras. I'll be honest with you, Dan.
The other question. You got the other question before you even asked it. It was what TV show was he in?
Just forgive me here, though. I was a young kid then in the 80s, Dan. I did not know that was Alex Karras that was the football player until after the show was basically over. I was like, wow.
Another trivia question with a sports person. The movie Mother Jugs and Speed with Raquel Welch and Bill Cosby, who was the football player that was in that movie? He was a linebacker.
I have not seen that one.
Yeah.
You've got us here.
Dick Butkus.
So, Butkus has done some acting now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in his day.
We actually talked about Dick Butkus yesterday because he was in Necessary Roughness as well.
Yeah, there you go.
I would like to see those Miller Lite commercials come back with all the football players.
Oh, yes, that would be good. Mongo was his name in Blazing Saddles. I did have to look it up, but he was Mongo, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you, but I just wanted to see if you got it.
Yep.
Internet, you know how it is. You can cheat with the internet.
Yes, you can.
Hey, you've arrived now, Dan. Your coach is being imitated by Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, I know. Do you like it? It's Dan Bottom-Off Kneecap Campbell. I tell you, Drew, this coach is.
He's got a lot of energy, man. I mean, I know he's been around the league a long time. He was the interim coach of the Dolphins. Detroit needed some new energy in a different direction. They haven't been able to find that formula. Hopefully they can. They've moved on. I'm going to be really interested to see, how this situation goes with the quarterback position this year after the trade, if they're going to keep Goff or if he's going to be a one-year kind of deal and they have to start over again. If he has a good year, I don't know why you wouldn't try to extend him. Of course, he may want to go out as a free agent, but still, if I'm Detroit, quarterbacks are hard to find, and I don't know necessarily in this year's coming draft if there's that difference maker. So Goff is capable. If they can run the football, we saw with the Rams he can get to a Super Bowl. He's a good football player.
Well, let me put you this way. The next 2 years, we got 2 first-rounders.
Right.
So I'm sure we can find a quarterback.
Well, you'd want to build around the quarterback, in my opinion, Dan. To me, if you can have a good year with this guy and convince him that this organization is going in the right direction, it's about building around the quarterback and getting better and using that draft capital you just talked about to rebuild the franchise.
Well, changing the subject real quick, I was watching a ball game with my buddy here. We're actually we're now that we're both retired, I'm going to go play some golf today. And but we were talking last night, and I said, well, is Alabama favored 2 touchdowns for every game this year? And he told me, he said 20 points per game, he said.
Yeah, it's up there. It is up there, yeah. It's an unbelievable amount now. Yesterday, a lot of experts are weighing in saying that they don't think Alabama can go undefeated again this year, but they're heavy favorites in every one of their games right now.
Well, exactly. You know, and I kicked myself in the ass. I was telling them yesterday that when Alabama played Notre Dame in the championship, Notre Dame didn't have anything because they barely beat us. They had to kick field goals to beat us. And they weren't moving the ball that well, and I figured Alabama's going to kill them. And I should have put money on it, and you guys just annihilated them. And then last year, you know, Fields was hurt, but, you know, I don't think Ohio State really even had that much of a team to compete. And sure enough, Alabama beat the heck out of them, and I should have put money there. I tell you this year, if anybody but Clemson, I think I'm going to because Clemson might be able to cover the spread but won't win the game. But if they place anybody but Clemson for the national championship, I think it's about time to put some cash on Alabama.
Oh, good point. All right, sir. Thank you for the call, man.
Enjoy, Dan. We always enjoy the golf, brother, and then continued happiness in retirement. You've earned it, my friend.
All right, brother.
Yeah, so Wolverine Dan wanting to know that it felt like there were so many guys being inducted into the Hall of Fame here. Players inducted this year is going to be Peyton Manning, Calvin Johnson, Charles Woodson, John Lynch, Alan Faneca, and Drew Pearson. Those are your 2021 inductees. Tom Flores is your coach, and Bill Nunn is the contributor. Now, the 2020 players that are going in as a part of the 100th anniversary is Steve Atwater, Isaac Bruce, Harold Carmichael, Jim Covert, Bobby Dillon, Cliff Harris, Winston Hill, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Alex Karras, Troy Polamalu, Donnie Shell, Duke Slater, Max Speedle, and Ed Sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Johnson, Bill Cowher, the 2 coaches that'll be inducted. George Young, Paul Tagliabue, and Steve Sable are your contributors going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yes. Too soon, NFL Films.
Yes, so those are the ones going into the Hall of Fame. Of course, Tom Brady is flying in. He made it known that he is flying in for the Peyton Manning celebration to help honor Peyton Manning. But those are the ones going into your Pro Football Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, one of the greats, one of the greatest football minds ever. I can't wait to see the Eli Peyton deal for Monday Night Football.
Yes.
I just think I want to hear Peyton talk football in the air. I think he could really be outstanding. We haven't, but until you hear someone as a broadcaster, you don't know. But I always admired his football mind. Eli is a borderline Hall of Famer himself. We'll see if he gets in. There's some consternation about that because of his overall record, but he has won 2 Super Bowls, and he did win maybe the biggest upset in Super Bowl history next to the Jets beating the favored Colts, and that was, of course, the Giants beating the unbeaten Patriots. And so,
yes,
and he really did it twice. So we'll see beating New England twice in the Super Bowl if Eli gets in. But remarkably durable himself, a long-time starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants. But, yeah, I mean, Peyton Manning, just one of the great quarterbacks of any era, certainly up there. Not Tom Brady, but still won 2 Super Bowls and lived up to the hype that we saw in high school and college.
All right, so the ceremony will be this weekend. All right, and staying in the NFL, Urban Meyer.
Here we go.
He's getting a lot of headlines for this. And I don't know. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. But he's using winners and losers, a drill, to help determine the Jacksonville Jaguar cuts. So basically what he's doing in short is he's pitting guys that are on the roster, trying to earn a roster spot, the borderline guys, the guys that may or may not make it. This may be their only chance to make a roster. He's pitting these guys in practice against each other so that they can have like a point system and determine winners and losers. And that's how he's going to decide who makes the roster. Now, Trevor Lawrence is not going through winners and losers to determine whether he makes the roster spot. These are guys like Tim Tebow. These are borderline guys.
We haven't really heard a lot about Tim Tebow. Now, the first things we heard was not encouraging, but he's still there. So it's going to be interesting to see if Tim Tebow can make this football team eventually as a tight end, which he should have done many, many years ago. But as we know, it became a ESPN personality with the SEC network and gave it a hell of a run in baseball.
Urban Meyer's plan, though, is to create a competitive atmosphere. Keeping track of the winners and losers also is going to be a significant part of how he and his staff makes roster decisions. Is that okay? I mean, is that – he's bringing a little bit of college to it.
I think it's more you got to treat them like men in the pros, but I don't know that that'll work.
He did it in his second season in 2006 at Florida. This is where he got
Florida,
it from.
Though. This is not – I mean, this is the NFL.
Right.
Which is, the great Jerry Glanville would say, is not for long if you keep doing things like that.
I don't know. I'm kind of anxious to
Jerry
see.
Use some more colorful language, but that we can't use on this show. But I mean,
We have.
Yeah, well, we have.
We haven't. I shouldn't say we haven't used it, but others have, and that's okay because they didn't mean to.
No, they didn't mean to.
And so we just let it go.
Our great friend Leo Mazzoni, he didn't mean to. He just got fired up, and we loved it.
He was fired up. He was fired up. He is not a fan of the way pitchers pitch in today's baseball game.
Or having a position player out on the mound. As he said, it's an insult to the game.
He did say that, did he not?
Yes.
I'm trying to get one thing here, and of course, you have these pop-up ads that come up, and I was wanting to play let's see if it works now. Or I was wanting to play Nick Saban, though, because Nick Saban talked yesterday, again, at his Nick's Kids event, that he's hoping for full stadiums in the fall.
Well, we're hopeful that we'll be able to have full capacity in the stadium. I'm hopeful that more and more people will get vaccinated so they'll have the opportunity to do that, but that's everybody's personal choice. I know it means a lot to our players. And one of the things that all the guys that went out for the draft said last year, they hated it that this year was their last year playing for Alabama, and they didn't get a chance to play in front of our great fans who support and create a spirit that makes the play special. So I'm not concerned about it. I'm just hopeful that it works out.
A month ago, we were sitting here talking about it's going to be full capacity. We can't wait. 30 days later now, once again, we're questioning whether or not and saying hopefully that we're going to have full capacity stadiums this fall.
Yeah, we just hope and pray that's the case for the players, for the fans, for the coaches, for everyone. It's kind of like what Coach Mark Fleetwood just said of the Huntsville High Crimson Panthers to end hour one. You just want it to be normal as possible. And, for everyone to have a great experience. You're still going to have some bumps in the road, but it was good last night at the Hall of Fame game to see fans in the stands.
Yes.
And so even if you have to wear a mask, certainly, and we hope that's not the case, please everyone get vaccinated. From what I was hearing yesterday, all of a sudden, football season's almost here. Blam! Vaccination numbers are starting to go up. I think everybody wants to go to see high school football, college football, even travel out of state to NFL football because we don't have it here. So again, I mean, it's a choice, but I think it helps people when you're vaccinated. To me, I had COVID, you had COVID, we're both vaccinated, we'll say that. I've just from what you're hearing, of course this Delta variant is very serious, but if you get it and you're vaccinated, a lot of times I think it helps with the symptoms.
That's what they're saying, yes. You'll get symptoms, but they're saying they're lighter.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, we hope that you have a full stadium this year. That's what everyone wants and hopes and prays for to a return to somewhat normalcy. Still not quite there, but on the way.
All right, I tell you what, let's get a break in because when we come back, hopefully we're going to be joined by new North Alabama Athletics Director, Dr. Josh Looney. He's going to join the program. He has had a busy week. He was introduced to the Lion Nation a couple days ago. He's having to go back to Missouri to get things in order before he comes back to Florence. But he's going to join us, hopefully, after these breaks.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You know it and I know it. Sometimes a brand new car or truck just isn't in the budget. That's where we come in. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and I want to talk to you about the advantages of buying a Ford Gold certified used car or truck. These are low-mileage, gently used vehicles with great warranties, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive limited warranty, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles have passed a 172-point inspection by certified technicians and come with a 24-hour roadside assistance too. You'll also get a Carfax vehicle history report and 22,000 Ford Pass reward points to use for future scheduled maintenance or other accessories. Plus, before you leave in your gold certified used car, we'll be sure to give you a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change, even new wiper blades. Gold certified vehicles at Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
Brooks & Collier has always been about making the most of your outdoors. Our lush greenhouse and new furniture ideas will inspire you, but we're also about value. Our brands are so handsome, they'll make themselves comfortable inside or out, and so well made, they'll weather the weather for many years to come. Our staff can consult you on the right choices, and Lucy for sure can show us the sofa that's the most comfortable. Make the most of your outdoors. Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
If you need a car, McCurry Motors is ready to put you in a quality vehicle, and in-house financing is available. If you have a job, McCurry Motors will work with you even if you have a bankruptcy, divorce, or bad credit. Visit McCurrySaysYes.com. Every car comes with a warranty, and they report to the credit bureau. With 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens, call 256-230-0232, or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville. Call 256-713-0575.
Hey, this is Justin with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. We'd like to invite you to North Alabama's premier patio bar and grill, where at the factory, we have something going on each and every night. Monday night, steak night. Tuesday night, karaoke. Wednesday night, the Jeep community comes out for Jeep Jam. Thursday, it's bike night, the biggest in the valley. Friday and Saturday, live concerts on our 4,000 square foot patio, along with drink specials and a beautiful staff. What are you waiting on? We will see you at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill.
Sitting here with Mark Kent of Southern Fidelity Mortgage Group of Huntsville. Mark, do you help pre-qualify people?
We pre-qualify people all the time, Wes. As a matter of fact, I love having them coming in here because when they come in and they pre-qualify, they can leave my office knowing exactly how much they can buy and have no worries.
Mark, tell me about your rates and pricing.
Well, Wes, this is something we're really, really proud of. Long story short is, I love being able to provide the best pricing in town. Honestly, I cannot tell you the last time I lost a deal to either rate or pricing, something I'm very proud of.
So what all financing options do you have, Mark?
We do several different things. If you're purchasing a home, we can handle the purchase. If you're wanting to refinance your home, of course, rates are at the lowest they've been in the last 3 years. We do a lot of refinancing. If you're building a home, we can handle the entire process from breaking ground to the final close.
Do you sleep with your phone?
Wes, if you want to reach me, you can call me at my office phone, which is 256-562-1000. But always remember, I sleep with my cell phone at night. That number is 256-656-5936.
Chad, cue the cheesy Italian music. So you're in charge of the dinner spot, and the family is a hard group to please. Dad wants award-winning 21-day age certified Angus beef. Mom craves authentic Italian food like great-grandma. Sissy pretty much won't eat anything but fresh seafood. And old life of the party, Uncle Walter, likes to enjoy a cigar after dinner with some live local entertainment and some killer cocktails. So you think you're in a pickle? Well, you're not. Relax. I'm Tom Chapman, chef at Nick's Ristorante at 10300 Bailey Cove Road, just south of Weatherly. We have all that and more. Our friendly and helpful staff is eager to help you Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 5. So, corral that crazy crew of yours and give us a call at 256-489-8280 or tell them to check us out at nicksrestaurante.com. I promise you, the gang will all think you're a culinary cruise director of awesomeness if you take them all to Nick's. See you soon. Ciao. Okay, Chad, kill that music.
Nick's is for patrons 19 or older.
This is Steve Moulton from The Drive. Join us this afternoon from 5 to 7 with Wes Neighbors and me. Now back to Talkin Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
And indeed, welcome back. 8:26 on a Friday morning. It is Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. We've talked a lot about high school football. We've talked some college football, some pro football today. But we need to introduce the newest member to the football community here in North Alabama.
Well, yeah, and not just that, it's just the leader
Yes.
of UNA athletics, which is making that transition to Division I. And, of course, in football, FCS. And we are such good friends with Chris Willis. He's given us such great access to his program. And, this next year is such an exciting one for UNA sports. And what a week it's been as they've introduced their new athletic director, who is now with us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And he has come over from Missouri Western now to take over UNA, and that is Dr. Josh Looney. Dr. Looney, really appreciate the time. We're very excited to have you here in North Alabama, here in Huntsville. How are you doing this morning?
Scott, Drew, I'm doing great, and feel free to call me Josh. It's a beautiful morning. I'm back up in St. Joseph, Missouri. It's kind of in the transition, and I'm watching Chiefs fans filing like crazy to training camp today, and Mahomes and some of the guys are walking on the field. So it's another good day of training camp, and that's kind of my job here for the next couple of weeks before transitioning fully to take over at North Alabama.
Yeah, let's talk about that transition heading to North Alabama, a program in transition itself, making that move from Division II to Division I. It's an exciting time for the Lions, but it's also a nervous time because you guys have got to continue to keep getting things into place to make that transition.
No doubt, and there's a lot of work with that, but those are the things that motivate you and are exciting, and it's the things I talked about in the press conference earlier this week. Mark Linder and his team have done a tremendous job with the transition and leading North Alabama to year 4, and so we're going to get through this final year of transition, then the brakes come off, and we have to be ready to go and keep our foot on the gas. And I think it's just an awesome time to be part of the ASUN with an innovative and aggressive commissioner as you look at the climate of college athletics and the way conferences are realigning. It's a great time to be at North Alabama, a great time to lead a program in the Division I era, a great time to finish out a year of transition. You mentioned FCS football and join a new league that will be having its inaugural season in 2022. Tons of excitement, tons of work, but definitely an exciting time.
Yeah, and of course you were able to rebuild this Missouri Western athletics program over the last 4 years. When you were kind of contemplating the move, what did you see at UNA that gave you just where you were able to make the decision to leave a special place that the community gets behind so much to try it? What did you see that drew you to UNA?
Well, UNA is a place I've been familiar with for about a decade, and my first impression and introduction to UNA was back in 2012, and it was through Grady Lyles, and when they were hosting the Division II football championship, and I was working for the NCAA, and was able to first meet people that were at UNA at that time, and was able to keep some of those relationships going, and then obviously have followed them throughout. I was at the snow game in Kansas City when nice. They were in the national championship, and just a place that I've always respected and looked up to, and obviously saw their transition a few years ago, knew their history of the transition even prior to that, and obviously saw when Mark decided to go into the faculty in May. That caught my eye, but I was in a great spot and wasn't necessarily looking, and they had a search firm. It contacted me and told me more and more about it. And as you dove through and just learned more about the leadership team there, the board of trustees, what their vision is, how they had gone through the transition process to date, and what their plans are moving forward, where they're at as an institution, and enrollment and other things that are really going against the grain and what you're seeing in higher ed. It really made the place even more special. And so I'm humbled and I'm excited, and certainly know it's a great responsibility to lead them into a very important phase of their institutional history.
Is there a checklist that you have kind of created as you start to look at things right now before you really dig in deep and get to work there in Florence? Is there a checklist that you kind of look over and say, okay, these are some of the priorities that we kind of need to get in line when we get the ball rolling?
Well, absolutely. I have 2 computers right now and 2 jobs, one for North Alabama, one for finishing up at Missouri Western, and tried to do that, and obviously been able to connect with our senior staff, and I've had conversations with every head coach, some a little deeper than others, and look forward to that. But for me, I'm a relationships person. I'm all about our coaches and eliminating barriers that prevent them from having success. So, of course, I'll have questionnaires and pieces and get culture fit, but really for me, the biggest thing is once I get onto campus next month, diving into each program, taking a trip with the team, going to their practices, really sitting down with the coaches on what their plan is moving forward, what their struggles have been, what their successes have been through their transition, before the transition, and really get to know them as people. And then, of course, we'll have some of our pillars for what we want to do. But every coach, one thing you'll know about me, I love to let our coaches be themselves. And I love to market them and promote them. And I think that's one of the reasons we've had a lot of success in rebuilding Missouri Western. We had some big personalities. We let them be them. We let our athletes be who they are, and we broadcast that. And I think that all comes into an authentic athletic department where people want to be part of it and they feel supported.
Well, and Josh, we've had I know several UNA supporters here in town, and one of the questions I had, one of them, when they knew, we let them know you were coming on the show this week, he wanted me to ask you this. When you put together your non-athletic coaching, your non-athletic staff to run the department, that is not part of the coaching on-field staff, is there going to be an emphasis on trying to get people with Division I experience in making this transition and finishing it?
Well, I think it's good people who have led success and continued to grow throughout their career. And here at Missouri Western, we have our senior staff. We have a senior associate AD who's been here 20 years and is a huge valued member of our team and has thrived over the last 4 years. We've also had a sitting athletic director at NAIA level that we brought up as our senior woman administrator, who was the National Administrator of the Year at junior college and NAIA level. We hired a women's basketball coach that was the head coach of Texas Tech prior to coming to Missouri Western. So I don't think you necessarily look at, hey, does this person have to be from Division I? Do they have to be from Division II? For me, it is do they fit what we're trying to build? And obviously the Division I piece is important. Familiarity with the A-Sun and where they're going is important, and with Florence and the Shoals. But for me, it's getting people the right people on the bus and putting them in a place to succeed and lead their respective areas.
I know you were just introduced earlier this week, and you do got Chiefs training camp, which is pretty big. But how many times have you been asked, can we get a new football stadium because Brawley Stadium is outdated?
Well, I'm familiar with Brawley, very familiar with that. And, on the tour, I told him, hey, I'm familiar with it. Let me dive into all the facilities I haven't seen on that. And so I know that's a huge topic, and it's something that's probably going to be top of my list when I get on campus and start really diving into with President Kids and Foundation and donors and others of, okay, what is the best way and alignment to move forward with that stadium project as well as any other facilities. In the fundraising piece and how you build things, athletics can't be on their own. You have to be aligned with what is the university strategic plan with their priorities, what is the donor base telling you, what is the community telling you. But I'm fully aware of the stadium and some of those challenges that it's created for North Alabama football, and certainly definitely on the radar as an early project to really dive into and find out more about.
And we are talking to the new athletic director of the UNA Lions, and that's Dr. Josh Looney here on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And Josh, another question people have: there's a lot of support here in the Rocket City, in this part of North Alabama for UNA and their athletics. I've been to several UNA football games. There's not a bad seat in the house. I know it's not division like SEC football, but it's still really a great place to watch a game. But a lot of people want to see UNA be a bigger brand here in the Rocket City and in Huntsville. What can be done in your mind to kind of expand UNA's brand and get it into Huntsville, where I think a lot of people want to get behind the athletics program in Florence?
Well, Huntsville's obviously just an exploding area, and a county just to the east of UNA, and certainly a place where I think you see a lot of alums. That's a huge priority for athletics. I think for the university as a whole to continue to build its brand there. For us, the first stage is it's simple. The people out there have to know who your coaches are. They have to get to know them on a personal level. They need to know me. They need to know our student athletes and rally behind that. And a lot of times that's you going to them versus expecting people to come to you. And I think those are the first stars of that piece. But you're right. I mean, Huntsville is a booming area, not just locally, but the entire state of Alabama, and a beautiful area. And I love what they've done with some of their minor league baseball stadium, and I believe there's a soccer stadium that's going up there. So I think it's a great resource and asset, and definitely be something that we're focused on early as we try to expand our brand. And the goal for expanding the brand isn't just the Shoals. It isn't just Huntsville. It's expanding it across the entire state and region, and that's part of what a Division I transition and fully playing that type of schedule and being associated at that level can do for an institution, and that's why it's such a critical time in the institutional's history right now.
Yeah, and where does UNA actually stand on that transition? Is it a year away from being full-fledged NCAA Division I membership?
Yeah, 21-22 is the fourth and final year, and
okay.
Our intent and responsibility is to navigate that year successfully to where all the breaks come off and the full Division I member ready for 22-23.
And then, Josh, how big is it? And I know that was one of the factors that you vetted when you decided to leave Missouri Western and come to UNA. To be a part, though, of that Atlantic Sun and that new football league, there's a lot of excitement, and there'll be a natural rivalry with Jacksonville State. I know that they were going to play Big South football, but now they're going to transition to a league, which I think is very important to have your athletics all in the same conference. But how exciting is that for UNA to make that jump into this FCS league?
Well, I love it. I love the commissioner. I love the ASUN. I think it's a league that is at the forefront of branding, at the forefront of planning, aggressiveness. You just look at the institutions that they brought in. Central Arkansas, which actually Missouri Western, we went and had our opener this year on Halloween in Conway, and while I think it was like week 8 or 9 for them, so you can imagine how that went for the Griffins down there. But that's a great institution that's joining with what happened in the Southland there, and you look at Eastern Kentucky and Jacksonville State, and obviously a natural rival there for North Alabama. It's an exciting time. The A-Sun is one that will continue to push the envelope, and it's definitely a league you want to be associated with right now. I love how they had a media day for their 5 football institutions, even though their football league won't officially start till next year. Those are the types of things you want to see, and I can't wait to see what ASUN football and ASUN just in general looks like 5-10 years from now, because I think you have the right people in place and right mentality for growing that league.
Well, it looks like, and it appears North Alabama is headed in the right direction. I'm sure you are excited now. Now, when actually do you get to finally get back to the state of Alabama?
Well, I'll be back next week. There's a Pete Rose event that the Lions Athletic Club is putting on, and looking very excited to meeting everyone Thursday night. And then I'll come back, and Chiefs Camp closes up the 18th or 19th of August here, and we'll put that thing to bed and get the moving trucks and be ready to go. I think my first day officially on the job's the 1st, and then about 24 hours later, I'll be catching a bus or a car and heading down to southeastern Louisiana to watch Coach Willis kick things off that weekend. So it'll be a fast turn, and I'm just excited to get down there and work with everybody.
Well, I think we're excited to work with you as well, and to see UNA continue to grow. Chris Willis has been great to us, Tony Pujol as well, joining our show frequently during their seasons. We look forward to catching up with both of them soon, and yourself. But I'll give you a roar, Lions, and congratulations on the move, and we're looking forward to the athletics this season and then to the future for UNA.
Hey, Roar Lions, I appreciate you guys having me on, and I appreciate everything you're doing for UNA athletics.
Yeah, we try to stay up with Chiefs training camp as much as we have. We have a guy here, Ramsey Robinson, who's over there with Kansas City. Yeah,
he's a Butler High grad, University of Alabama, and a great guy.
That's great.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Thanks,
we
Josh.
appreciate it.
Hey, take care.
All right. Dr. Josh Looney with us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, trying to settle into being the athletics director with North Alabama and balancing Chiefs training camp at the same time. Not an easy task, and he's got a lot of tasks, though, in Florence that won't be easy. There's a lot of things that need to get taken care of over there.
But first and foremost is that football stadium.
Yes. Chris Willis has made that evidently. He made that crystal clear on this show several times. That he doesn't even take recruits over there during the daytime because he doesn't want them to see what Brawley Stadium looks like during the day. He tries to get them over there at night so they can't see a lot of the stuff around Brawley Stadium.
Well, it is what it is. They've won a lot of games there. I mean, they won 3 national titles. It's been a good home for them for years. But if you're going to the big time, if you're going to Division I, if you're going to FCS competition in the A-Sun, you need to upgrade your facilities. You've seen what Jacksonville State's done and doing. We've seen Troy upgrade their facilities. We've seen what South Alabama has built. UAB is opening theirs now. If UAB can get a football stadium, understand something. UNA can too. Okay? So that's what's got to be done in the next 5 years. Okay? There needs to be shovels, and they need to be getting it done. And then you worry about Flowers Hall and things of that nature and upgrading perhaps that facility, and baseball as well. But football drives the train, and that's why that is the linchpin of the athletic department, and that needs to be taken care of.
And I think it's something that needs to be done, and it needs to be put on campus.
Yes,
it's something that
is. Florence is a beautiful town.
Yes,
they support UNA athletics. There's a lot of enthusiasm. Being at the games over there, I've enjoyed myself. You just like to see that get that done.
All right. 256-576-4977. That's the number to the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. You can get in on the show this morning. Let's get our final break in, because when we come back, tomorrow's headlines today.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
We're beginning to wind it down quickly now. I haven't picked up anything new accident-wise. Trying to clear one in Limestone County. 99 northbound at Tillman Mill. That one should be just about wrapped up. You be careful. We got a lot of folks scrambling trying to get in on time this morning. Routine care to heart failure. Dr. Randall Burns and the team at Huntsville Heart Specialists have the expertise to care for all matters of the heart. Captain Nick in the North Parkway Popeyes Skywatch Traffic Center.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Do you value professionalism and punctuality? Want to learn from and work with the best pros in the electrical industry? Then you're just who we're looking for. Mr. Sparky is seeking hardworking, committed, and trustworthy individuals. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training. So come join our team at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
An equal opportunity employer.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John East, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
In today's real estate market, you need the right professionals to help make sure your home purchase is smooth and hassle-free. That's where Jacob Title comes in. Stan McDonald and the staff at Jacob Title cater to the realtor and clients who are looking for a top-flight closing experience. Jacob Title uses the latest and best technologies to ensure a safe and secure exchange of funds, and they pride themselves on great communication well before and during the real estate closing process. Jacob Title in Huntsville and Madison, and online at jacobtitle.com.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner of University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Madison Academy football. And a quick shout out to my son, Avery Seaton, number 19. Stop into University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including our all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and the sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com to view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see you in the Kia. Go Mustangs!
This segment of Talkin Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com. It's time for tomorrow's headlines today with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
All right, time for your tomorrow's headlines today. Plenty of NFL training camp going on right now, and that includes a lot of people trying to pay attention to what's going on in New England. Mac Jones talking about getting yelled at by Josh McDaniels.
In the past is the past, but here it's awesome. Josh is great. You know, he teaches me exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I feel like I'm trying and starting to get to where we're kind of thinking on the same page, and that's how it has to be every day. It's, all right, what did I do wrong? You know, sometimes he'll yell at me, and that's good because that's what he's supposed to do. It's his job is to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on every play. And for me, it's about just listening to the message. So what did Josh tell me? All right, got it. Boom, fix it, and let's roll. Because you can't just, you know, sometimes I'm hard on myself too, so I can't just, you know, beat myself down. But you just got to take the message and run with it, learn, and just keep learning. Every experience is a learning experience.
That was Josh McDaniels. Oh, that was Mac Jones on Josh McDaniels.
Coaching him up, and longtime OC and QB coach for the New England Patriots. Worked with Tom Brady so many years, two separate stints after, a 2-year run with the Denver Broncos as head coach. But I think there's no better person, I think, to bring Mac along in that offense. We'll see if Cam Newton can stay healthy and can hold him off. Mac's been getting a lot of, good pub from how he's, quarterbacked the team so far, how he's looked in practice. Now you have to take it to the games. I'm anxious to see how he does in their exhibitions. I know he'll probably get a lot of playing time, especially with Cam Newton still slated to start. But I think Mac's going to have a really good run in New England. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they'll admit it, but we were just watching Justin Fields up here throw.
Yeah.
I still think they would have taken Mac over Fields. I think, Mac was the guy they were looking toward. There were some other quarterbacks I'm sure they liked him, including the greatest of all time who's never taken a snap yet. And his coach is doing sophomoric college BS, trying to pit people against each other and give them points and, just goofy stuff like that. But still, Trevor Lawrence is extremely talented, but I think Mac is a good system fit for New England. And we know Cam Newton is not long for the NFL. He's nearing the end of the road. He's not the long-term future for the Patriots. Mac is. That's why they drafted him, and now they just need to surround him with some talent.
Mac also talking about getting the most of his reps.
I think that's important, for the rookies, especially just when we get in there and get a chance to play whoever it is on offense, defense, just do what you're supposed to do because, especially for me, I have a job to do, and if I don't do it, then the play is not successful. So I got to be more consistent, more vocal, and learn from the older guys and kind of play to the standard is kind of the thing we've set, playing to the standard and doing that every day and not having good, bad days, just kind of playing each play and then stack days together, like you said.
So Mac Jones settling in as a rookie in New England. You can hear it there, just trying to learn from every rep that you can because they throw a lot at them. There's a lot of adjustments that go on in the NFL between college and that rookie season. That's why lots of times you don't see rookies come in and excel at a high level. You do every now and then. They come in, they play, but they make a lot of mistakes. You don't see them excel at an exceptionally high level because of everything that is being thrown at them.
It's just unbelievable. Like Tua Tagovailoa taking all this criticism for winning 6 games as a rookie last year and not being still 100%. He was coming back from a catastrophic hip injury and people ripping him because he's got Chan Gailey who didn't, in my opinion, call to an offense that was conducive for him to succeed. They didn't have enough talent around him, and yet you're being very critical of the quarterback. My Lord, everybody's talked about what Peyton Manning did as a rookie. What would you have done just in this climate? Oh, he's a bust. Get rid of him.
He threw the most interceptions by any rookie that still stands today.
Good Lord. Just let a guy develop a little bit here, okay? Give him a chance to grow.
Oh, man, can you imagine if social media was around at the point it is now when Peyton Manning threw all those interceptions?
There would be clown patrols everywhere just screaming from the rooftops who wouldn't know a football if it drilled them right between the freaking eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, they would have. They would have they would have gone after Peyton Manning.
I'll say it again. Deshaun Watson, we know about the off-the-field stuff. That's extremely unfortunate. We're going to see how that's resolved. But I'm just talking about on-the-field production, Scott. The dude went 12th. Why? Mitchell Trubisky went 2nd. The Bears are stupid. They don't know what they're watching. Come on. Maybe Justin Fields is going to be the guy, but mercy. Check your eyes. Are you kidding? You didn't want Deshaun. What did he not do in college? Okay? Mercy.
As we bounce around NFL training camp real fast, just to go over some things. In Philadelphia, Nick Sirianni is not ready to name Jalen Hurts the starting quarterback.
Practices you've installed with Jalen as the starting the first team quarterback. If that's not going to change, what's your hesitation potentially naming him the starter for week 1?
Yeah, there's just no rush there on having to do that, and we just want him to continue to impress and show like he has, and yeah, we're just not there yet.
Jalen has taken 100% of the first team reps in Philadelphia
it's
practice.
called hurry up and trade for Deshaun Watson. That's what they're trying to do. Okay? And that is not – I'm not trying to disrespect Jalen. Everybody knows I've been critical of him. That's not what this is.
So, Spencer, hold on.
It's just the fact of it is they're trying to trade for Deshaun Watson. That's what he didn't say. They want Deshaun Watson to be the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. And then maybe Jalen's traded to his hometown. Maybe he's in Houston and gets a chance to be the starting quarterback there. I don't know. Maybe they keep him as the backup to Deshaun, but he doesn't have any experience. I would think he might even be in the trade to give Houston a chance to maybe give that young guy. I know they also drafted, I think it was a Davis Mills from Stanford as well, the Texans. But again, he's from Houston. He'd be going home if he was in the trade.
All right. Our other headline, really, it's not sports related, but Drew, I saw this and I have to bring it up because it happened in Athens, and it's something you don't see of every day. A woman over in Athens was arrested after she broke into the Athens water tower. They found a woman who was swimming inside a 70-foot-high water tank on Elm Street filled with 350,000 gallons of water. The woman is not being identified. She broke into a fence barrier, climbed the ladder to the top of the water tower tank. When firefighters climbed to the tank, they found her swimming inside and convinced her to get out.
This should be on the Snoop Dogg show. We should have Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg commenting on this.
Yes. Because
she must be delusional and thinks she's in the Olympics or something.
I don't know. They found her swimming inside and convinced her to get out. They were able to secure her with a harness to get her safely down the ladder.
Nice.
350,000 gallons of water, a 70-foot high water tank.
How did she get in the water tank? I mean,
she climbed up the water tower.
I guess, so I guess it's not closed, so you can just.
I guess not.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I'm just saying I have no idea how this would happen.
What an ending to the week.
I have no idea.
What a great show.
They say they're taking her for a mental evaluation.
I would think so. For shizzle. As Snoop Dogg would say.
She was not crip walking.
No, she was not. But I will say this. We thank Mark Fleetwood for joining us. We had all 5 of the city coaches on this week. I want to thank Scott Stabler for helping with that as well. And we want to thank Dr. Josh Looney, UNA Athletics Director. New era for them for joining us also.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the week. That's Monday through Friday in the books. You can listen to The Czar with our good friend Chad Guathany a little bit later. You got The Drive tonight, I believe, with Wes and Steve.
Yeah, in studio from 5 to 7. Hey, remember, Bubby's Diner, I think they're down to 10.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going here on that zone deal.
$50.
$25 for $50 worth of food.
We'll be back at it Monday morning live from Bill Penny Toyota.
You know it, and I know it. Sometimes a brand new car or truck just isn't in the budget. That's where we come in. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and I want to talk to you about the advantages of buying a Ford Gold certified used car or truck. These are low-mileage, gently used vehicles with great warranties, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive limited warranty, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles have passed a 172-point inspection by certified technicians and come with a 24-hour roadside assistance too. You'll also get a Carfax vehicle history report and 22,000 Ford Pass reward points to use for future scheduled maintenance or other accessories. Plus, before you leave in your Gold certified used car, we'll be sure to give you a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change, even new wiper blades. Gold certified vehicles at Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Here's what's happening. Allison Felix set the Olympic record for women's track and field medals when she won her 10th with a bronze in the 400 meters today in Tokyo. Felix matched Carl Lewis's overall Olympic record. American Gable Steveson won wrestling gold in the men's freestyle 125-kilogram class. U.S. women's basketball team guard Diana Taurasi left the rout of Serbia with a hip injury, says she'll still be ready for Sunday's gold medal game against Japan. Jessica Springsteen, the daughter of rock legend Bruce Springsteen, and the U.S. equestrian jumping team qualified for the team final, will compete for a medal tomorrow. Pivotal NL East matchup tonight in Philadelphia when the Phillies welcome the Mets in the opener of a pivotal 3-game series. New York's been at the top of the division every day since May 8th, but Philadelphia just a half game back. Coverage 7 Eastern, ESPN TV, and the ESPN app.
From the ESPN studios at Pier 17 in the Seaport District of New York City, this is Greeny with Mike Greenberg on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and on ESPN Plus.
Not just football underway, but a big weekend in baseball coming up. Chris Carlin in for Greeny today on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus, presented by Progressive Insurance. And all guests, as always, appear via the Goodyear hotline. In 15 minutes, we speak with someone who knows Peyton Manning perhaps better than anybody and caught nearly 400 passes from him in his career as Peyton gets into the Hall of Fame this weekend. That in just 15 minutes. But we begin today with some baseball. And the fact that this weekend we have got some very good matchups in Major League Baseball and some teams that are in some big trouble. And let's just tackle it right across the board. And we'll start with the National League. And you have two massive series this week.